how hospitality sector is coping up with the new normal.
So hospitality sector, Anil, completely shaken up because of the pandemic situation.
Sure.
For the last 6 months. So most of the research clearly says that once we just recently opened the hospitality sector, there are 3 countries, the huge opportunity to grow. That is China, India and Indonesia.
What is the staycation all about, and is that really helping you out in terms of generating revenue?
You might have seen a lot of awareness about the staycations across the industry.
Sure.
The staycation concept, it is really helping almost all the hotel industry. The reason is this time we are encouraging the clients, we are encouraging the customers, we are encouraging the guests to come out and stay comfortably. Where we are already equipped with complete safety measures.
Friends, I am also very happy I have Vishwajit Chakravarti, the general manager of this beautiful property in Aerocity, and let's try and understand how specifically Accor Group and what they have done to win back the confidence of guests. Over to you.
Thank you, and it's been a pleasure to have you here and to converse with the HR fraternity.
Sure.
So thank you for coming. These are tough times for the whole wide world. It's a new world. A lot of people would say new normal, but I would say it's new abnormal, okay?
Sure.
Because
Sure.
we weren't meant to, but it has happened, and it's something we will need to adjust to.
Sure.
Hospitality is probably the oldest business in the world. It is brick and mortar. You cannot do it from work from home. You cannot do it remote. You've got to be on site. Our customers our guests have to come, they have to stay, they have to dine. So obviously, it is the worst affected industry globally. Global CEOs of hospitality have said that to reach 2019 levels, it will be by the end of 2023. Some are a little more optimistic, but by and large, those are the estimates. So obviously, with the pandemic, there's fear. Everybody, rightfully so, is afraid of stepping out. Of course, now with the lockdowns getting over, the government has let businesses come back, and it's happening slowly and steadily. The good news is that there are a lot of people venturing. And that is where luxury international groups like ours, as well as luxury Indian groups, inspire confidence in the guest.
Sure.
Just to talk to you about Accor, we have a label called the All Safe, which is across all our brands, right from the topmost brand, which is Raffles, down to our budget brand, Ibis. We have something like 38 brands globally. And All Safe certification, you got to win it. And there are audits. We work with Bureau Veritas, external partners, and you just don't get it. So the whole process for two large hotels like this took over a month to get certified. Intense training, SOPs to inspire confidence in each other, and then only we open it up to the customer. I'll give you a simple example, like cutlery. Metal can hold on to a virus. So when it goes through the dishwasher, it goes through at 83 degrees. Only then we release it when we are sure. It's beautifully sanitized, how we present things. Touchless, social distancing. I mean, I've taken off my mask because we have a distance. Otherwise, it's a strict no-no, Social distancing, constant educating our own colleagues as well as our guests. We're very clear if we see a guest walking around without a mask, we very politely request him to put it on premises. And we follow all the government norms, because the government has a handle on this from day one, whereby, say, if there are functions, you can't do more than 50 at a time, It's adhered to, little things. And we're constantly educating our own people. We're being vigilant. I have actually done videos and walked around direct Zoom calls with a lot of CEOs to assure them that every corner of the property things are taken care of. Be it dining, restaurants are now socially distanced. So a restaurant which has 100 guest capacity operates with 60 guests. We're very particular that we will not let chairs have been demarcated. At the reception, when a guest checks in and checks out, the sanitization of the counter, there are screens there so that there's no direct contact with the receptionist. Even cards, your credit cards or debit cards are sanitized and handed back to you. So little and minute detail. Earlier, guest rooms would have a lot of things lying there, you know, collateral, this, that. It's all removed. If you need something fun, but it's all touchless now. On your phone, everything is, you know, with QR code. Your menus come, whatever comes, you just have to click and it appears. Mini bars have been removed, so if somebody needs items, then we
room service.
Yeah, we even room service, people don't enter the rooms, they come with a trolley and pass it on. The guest pulls the trolley in and then it's clear.
Got it.
So we take utmost precautions, and I'm happy to say that most star hotel groups have been successful, and compared to a lot of, you know, mom and pop establishments, some of the smaller things, we inspire a lot more confidence to the customer, and we can see them coming back slowly. It's a long road. We are heavily dependent on airlines. We're beginning to see a few corporates coming back. A lot of people have checked in for staycations, locals. We're quite fed up of being locked up, and you know, and our entire offering has changed. Like wherever we've had buffets, those are gone because, you know, so it's become even better with live stations now. So you have a hot station where there's hot food cooked right there, 5-6 chefs in action. You have a cold station where salads and all that are made, and desserts are distributed. It comes piping hot or cold to your table. Service levels, all the stewards wear visors. They're very, very particular. Sanitized cutlery, crockery comes. And we're looking at new models. We're going to be launching something very exciting at Pluck, our restaurant at the Pullman, which will be now rechristened Farmer's Basket at the Pluck. So we have our own gardens, and we've tied up with several farms. So there's going to be, you know, a lot of fresh produce kept there, fruits, vegetables, there'll be meats, and people, you know, will be retailing pickles, jams, etc. So guests come, you choose that you want this cooked Asian way or European way or Indian way. It'll all be done. So it'll be more spectacular, it'll be safer, it'll be interactive, yet keeping that distancing. So new models are being put into place. We're very particular that at Allsafe, it is our responsibility to keep our guests safe. Restaurants are beginning to do almost 55 to 60% capacity.
I think thanks a lot to Biswajit for that brief.
Thank you.
But I could not stop, but I have to ask you, during this unprecedented times, what were some of the innovations in terms of identifying newer avenues of monetization?
Sure, of course. During this period, when the lockdowns happened, a lot of our hotels got approved for, you know, quarantine in terms of, you know, the Vande Bharat movement. So there was an SOP. First it was 14 days. People came back, by and large, 99% of them were normal, but they had to quarantine themselves for 14 days, then 7 days. So that kept us going. And thank God for that, because we sustained, you know, and we really, even then we engaged with our guests remotely, kept them happy, and our guest satisfaction at that time also was very, very high. The Pullman ranks on TripAdvisor #2 out of 1,500 hotels in Delhi. So it's a very high ranking in terms of quality. So I think the best way to fetch revenue is engagement with the guest, personalization, customization, superb service and food, and that is what at Accor we follow. And of course we're pretty savvy in terms of marketing, digital, where we do well as a company. We've come out with our loyalty program is very powerful globally with the kind of brands we have, you know, and what we assure guests we deliver. So that in itself draws business. And with this Allsafe guest satisfaction, so there is nothing which is, of course we've done packages for staycations as a group. People have, you know, picked that up in a big way. So there is nothing really unique, but everything hinges on safety, customer assurance, personalization, delivery, and that commitment and passion. These are the revenue models which I would put. And yeah, weddings are coming back in a big way. We have lots of bookings over, and we've had 2-3 weddings. Of course, we can do only 50, in due course 100 at a time, but people are coming back, they're inquiring. Everything has changed because you cannot have buffets. So it's food being delivered to you, people in flying buffets, as we call it. And yeah, so even our customer mix has changed to a great extent. At the moment, it's private people, staycations, corporates are slowly coming back. These big, large conventions are not happening for now. In due course, hopefully. One revenue model we have launched is we have a beautiful electronic virtual platform whereby companies can do product launches, like a car company, white good company, telephones. So it's seamless, state-of-the-art technology which has been installed in our ballroom. So you can have some of your dealers, 30, 40 people being there remotely, and then you can, have virtually beam it to 1,000 dealers across.
Sure.
So that is being picked up in a big way. So that's the new thing which at the Pullman we launched.
Great. Thank you so much for your time, Mr.
Pleasure.
Ajay.
Thank you for your time.
So friends, that was the story about Accor Group and how they are managing with this new normal during this unprecedented times. I thank wholeheartedly to Srinivas for actually allowing us to build this story around hospitality sector. Please don't forget to subscribe to Dr. HR and press the bell icon for more updates. Thank you so much.